Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Ken Frederick Podcast, episode 99, WWE Summer Slam Edition 2017. Ooh. Just want to say thank you for listening. And if you stumbled across us on the interwebs, check us out at kfpodcast.com, at kfpodcast on Facebook, at Ken Fred Podcast on the Twitter, at Ken Frederick Podcast on Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, MySpace.
My face. My face is a great social media platform. Welcome to My Face. This is your
What's
face.
that thing from the league? Was it My Face?
It might have been My Face, yeah. Already went on as a fake one.
The fake, the interactive, the live action social media. But whatever. So we all got together to watch parts of SummerSlam.
Even Justin.
Justin was there.
I managed, 2 hours?
Yeah. I came up to eat some pizza and wings,
and hang out.
We were impressed. You watched a couple matches, which is out of your comfort zone.
You probably watched the best of SummerSlam because I left shortly after and I didn't like anything else that happened.
Right,
but it was overall. I think it was an okay weekend of wrestling if you include NXT into it.
It's quite the event.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're up there in that area and you live by there at the Barclays Center, I mean, it's what was it?
4 nights.
4 nights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it NXT, SummerSlam, Raw,
and SmackDown all there? Which I'm sure the talent likes that. Like, you don't have to travel and you're there for 4 days straight. You know?
I think as a company, because you have what other times you have all the wrestlers in one area,
in one spot. Yeah.
Because you have all of the NXT guys probably backstage with the WWE guys. You know, getting together and whatnot. So yeah, it was a
lot of money being made up at the Barclays Center.
They're trying to turn it into a second WrestleMania, which is pretty cool.
It is. It's the WrestleMania of the summer.
Well, it's always supposed to be like the halfway. It's that and WrestleMania. They want to do it every 6 months. I like it. I like the fact that it's all the opposites of WrestleMania. So WrestleMania travels to big outdoor events. SummerSlam is like their biggest event indoors, so it's more intense.
Yeah.
And
all of the shows are on it. It's not a SmackDown only or Raw only pay-per-view.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they crammed a ton of matches into it.
There was a ton. All but one title was defended.
Mm-hmm.
And it was good.
So they kicked off with a 2-hour pre-show, started at 5 o'clock.
And which blows my mind that they haven't got this correct yet. That they open the doors to come into the place at 5 o'clock. Why do they do that?
It's stupid.
And then the pre-show's kicking off. Because they're talking at the pre-show, and then they started off what they had the first match was The Miz and his gang against Jason Jordan and the Hardys.
Yeah.
And they covered that. And which, if you're the Hardys, you went from WrestleMania debut and then win the tag belts, you're in pre-shows at SummerSlam.
They had other plans for them, though. They were supposed to finish their feud with the Revival, but Scott Dawson got hurt.
Yeah.
So they had to kind of scramble.
Again, the Revival's hurt again.
Mm-hmm. It's the other one, though.
Yeah.
I actually think that's better for them. I think we're going to get lost in the shuffle now that they come out later.
Yeah.
I think they can debut stronger and actually have a storyline.
And Jason Jordan and Miz are feuding, so.
Yeah.
He's going to win the Intercontinental belt here soon.
His first belt. And then you had that Neville against Akira Tozawa. I don't know why Neville even bothered dropping that belt just to get it back again. I mean, I hate when they do that.
I feel like they wanted to give some kind of, I don't know, make this match important, but still have Neville have the belt at the end of it. Yeah. Because you know that belt's getting feuded with Enzo now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Enzo debuted on 205 Live.
Which is smart.
That's what we called it originally for him to be there. But is it really even believable that Enzo can beat Neville?
No.
I mean, it's not believable that Enzo can beat anybody. Maybe Akira Tozawa.
Well, at least you can start having them wrestle and beat guys on 205 Live to earn the spot, and then you can have him fight. Those will be good promos because
to me, Aries was the only guy that was ever going to beat Neville because he just seems unstoppable.
Neville's
He's like the Lesnar of that group.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Then the SmackDown belts defended on the pre-show.
Yeah,
those get the shit, man. They get just
2 champions on your pre-show.
Yeah. And Usos won. I didn't really care.
I don't know. The Usos to me I like that they're heels, but I don't get all this like.
I think they're so boring.
Yeah, Because it's not like they're doing heel things. They're just talking and saying.
They're just talking mean.
Yeah.
And then they have the real like gangster attitude going, trying to do all that. Like they're so from the streets now, where that wasn't their thing before. Before it was Samoan heritage and all that. Now it's just they're these two badasses. They're rappers. They're
they're thugs.
They're thugs. Like, where'd this come from? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Where I would rather them go the evil Samoan route.
Yeah.
Come out doing all that chanting that they did before, but being evil, and they need a manager.
Yeah. I think a lot of the woes of WWE right now is they do need talking faces.
Managers were so important back in the day.
Yeah.
But the whole attitude is that's like old school wrestling. They don't want it anymore. But
I don't see
I think it
anything
has a
wrong with
place
it.
for it.
Look how well it works for Lesnar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, if you have to have him talking each week.
Yeah. That's what I don't get.
I don't think he spoke in, a month? When was the last time he spoke?
He doesn't need to.
Yeah, he's just saying. Because he sounds like Kevin Costner.
Here's my... I don't understand how you don't realize that Heyman makes Lesnar a better wrestler. It makes the whole package better. Mm-hmm. And you couldn't think that would benefit throughout the entire company.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Heyman having multiple guys throughout the company would be it.
Or not even Heyman. Like, Enzo could have a couple guys. There's a lot of people that can talk.
It's like the Heenan family. When Bobby Heenan had multiple guys, they didn't come out all together all the time.
No, they weren't like
He just had guys that wrestled under his label.
Like, The Miz could go a DiBiase route. We could go on for this wormhole forever. But
Wormhole. So then the main show kicks off with Mr. John Cena against Baron Corbin.
What did Baron Corbin do?
He pissed somebody off.
The story that I'm hearing, and I don't know how much I buy this because I don't trust a lot of the Cena haters in these news sites. But the story is that Cena told upper management that this guy's not ready. And then from matches that he had with him, a little interaction, he said, I don't think this guy's ready. So they instantly took the briefcase off and made him lose it and put him back down to maybe more mid-card instead of title hunt. I don't know. That's what they say for all these guys. Every time there's a guy that gets like, you think he's getting a push, it's always, well, Cena didn't like him. Is that John Cena really go around doing all that?
I don't know. I just hate the up and down booking of WWE.
There's a lot.
Everyone's win-loss record is at like 500.
Yeah.
Like, there's nobody
Except for
like,
Lesnar's.
Yeah, there's nobody like pulling ahead of the pack. That everyone's right even footing, and
I think it's
there's no real divide.
You know what I think it is? I think it's like McMahon's like, all right, this is who I'm going, and then like he hears one negative thing, and then pulls out. Let's just go with, I think he changed because supposedly that was changed last minute, like him losing that briefcase. That was like last minute. They didn't know if they were going to send him down to do that or not, and then they were like, send him down, make him drop it. Like they changed his mind right there.
Which is crazy. It's crazy that's going to affect his career for years. Like, you don't just come back from
it looks like they still have plans for him because it looks like he's going to feud with AJ Styles now for the U.S. belt. So it's not
really? They said
it's
that?
not like he's going down to like he's
an
going
Dolph
to feud
Ziggler?
with AJ Styles. Yeah. So
who has all right, we'll talk about that later.
We'll get to him.
Okay.
And Natalya defeated Naomi, which I loved.
Well, I feel like Natalya deserves the belt. So.
Yeah.
She does.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Especially in this new era of women's era and all that stuff.
Right, because she came out about 10 years too early.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah. For it being this women's revolution, then you need to give her some respect because she was doing real wrestling while they were doing bra and panty matches and everything else. You know?
And her being with Beth Phoenix, it was tough because I think that they didn't really wrestle against each other. And I think Beth would have been the only person they could have had good matches with.
Yeah, totally.
I
think about the stupid shit they made her do. Remember she had a fart angle?
Oh, God.
Where she would fart?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chase is looking at us like, what? She had an angle where she was just known for farting. So they'd be in the back and they'd be like, Natty, and they'd be like, oh, sorry.
And it wouldn't be like her she'd be like in the background all of a sudden, like in a Cena segment. You'd hear a fart noise. And they'd look at her and she'd be like, and run away.
Yeah, it was horrible. I mean, they put this poor girl who's an actual legit wrestler who trained with the Hart family through this nonsense. So for her to finally have this belt and win it legit, it's good.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
What about the Battle of the Bigs? Big Cass versus Big Show.
Big, I don't give a shit.
An Enzo in a shark cage. That was ridiculous.
It was great.
Enzo in his underwear squeezing out of the cage.
He lathered himself up with oil and then slid through the bars.
Just to get kicked in the face.
Just to really do nothing. To get kicked in the face.
This shows how far, like, Enzo's a guy that's like shit on in the company. Like, there's no point in him. Him on 205 Live is great, but like, really, what if it would have been if he would have not gone to 205 Live? I could see him getting.
Well, I think the thing that saves him is the crowd reaction.
Yeah.
When he comes out, the
And
crowd
merch.
goes nuts, and they love to do his thing, and they buy his merch. That's the only thing saving this guy.
Yeah. He's got a charisma. He could be a great. I think he could be a good manager.
Yeah, he should just be a manager because he's so small, and he's not really that great of a wrestler. He's not like Finn Balor.
No.
You know what I mean?
Mario Mozzarella is not going to be the guy that's,
Mario Mozzarella is our name if he shows up on Impact next week if the WWE fires him, which is great.
We spent too much time talking about that.
Oh, we did.
true.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, hopefully this Big Cass, Big Show feud's over.
What is over because Big Cass is on the shelf for 9 months.
Oh, he got hurt.
He got hurt against in that street fight against Enzo.
How bad did he get hurt? What did he hurt?
He has to have surgery on his hip, and he's out for 9 months.
Yeah,
So that's why they switched Enzo over fast. And
I think that was the plan all along, but Cass's push is done, which I think this is the best thing for him as well, because then he gets him out of mind, and he's probably back in time around Mania or Rumble or Mania.
Yeah.
He can show up at the Andre or
9 months, they said?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be out for a while.
He might make it back from Mania.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
Because
It is kind of good. I mean, it sucks to get injured, but sometimes those injuries, you can come back as a surprise, make a triumphant return, make a big impact.
But that poor guy needs to put some pants on.
He needs the Kevin Nash outfit. Which
Sorry, Cass, you need to get a. Like he's listening. You need to get a. You need to get an outfit. You need to get pants and make you look bigger and better. Talk to Nash about it.
Yeah. Nash was good with his outfit. Or go the Elegante route and have a hairy chest. And,
yeah, that's a good idea.
A fake animal-looking skin.
yeah, exactly.
What about Sasha Banks winning her 4th title against Alexa Bliss, who I love? I hated that. Banks didn't need another title.
No, I mean they're ruining the credibility of that Raw Women's title because they just play hot potato with it.
I think that the reason that Sasha Banks has it is because all these Mattel toys that are coming out. They don't have an Alexa Bliss figure,
Could be.
and she's now all over Instagram and online with these new women's figures that they got coming out.
Yeah.
I bought them, by the way. They're pretty nice.
And with Bayley hurt, because Bayley was going to have that belt.
Yeah.
I think Bayley was going to beat her and take the belt. She was going to be the face for the company and show up at all these events and whatever.
Belt.
And since Charlotte and what's her face is on SmackDown, we get
I just like Bliss. I think she's such a good heel champ.
It's hard to find natural heel charisma, which I think she has.
Yeah, she knows.
Definitely.
How about the biggest, greatest match of the night, Randy Orton versus Rusev, which I missed the whole match. I went to the bathroom and it was over.
Well, did you hear about the Rusev? There's some article going around
that Rusev and Lana were leaving.
He asked for his release and the WWE said no, and they
Yeah.
were trying to work it out with him.
And then Lana said it was all fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with him being upset, but where do you get? Well, he would make money on the indies.
Yeah.
You
know what I feel about Rusev is, I know you kind of like what they did with Jinder Mahal, but I felt like that should have been Rusev's spot.
I think if he wouldn't have been injured, it probably would have been.
I think it should have been his spot. This, like, they went with, like, the foreign power outside and all that. He could have surprised someone, but he put in enough work. I know Jinder worked out and all that stuff, but Jinder Mahal, to me, is not a good wrestler. I don't know.
I like Jinder. I think that
should have been Rusev's spot.
Yeah. But also, too, they went into an Indian market that has, like, how many
millions? They won an Indian champion while they were launching their WWE India and all that stuff.
And Rusev's a different kind of heel than Jinder Mahal, too. They're doing the whole, he's, like, getting by cheating. Like, he's like the honky-tonk man.
He doesn't win legit at all. He just cheats. Rusev wins legit.
Didn't he win clean later on against Nakamura, other than some outside interference? But
no, it was outside interference.
But
we'll get to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Randy Orton, he beat the hell out of Orton, and Orton RKO'd him. Then neither one of them were even on SmackDown. So they I don't know what they're doing with that.
I don't know who's writing SmackDown, but for a while it was the best show. But I don't think that other than a couple guys, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's all over the place sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with Randy Orton either. He's such a boring character to me anymore. They did the evil thing that worked with Bray Wyatt and all that, and then now it's like, is he a good guy? Good guy Randy Orton is boring.
Yeah.
He's just not. It's boring. I don't know how you get behind it. I don't know what you do with it.
Fantasy booking for me, I love stables. I think Randy Orton should redo Legacy. There's enough guys that they could start doing something again where you bring some guys up.
Yeah.
And
we love stables.
Yeah.
It's a lost thing in wrestling.
It really is, and he's been part of.
Right?
He's been part of legitimately the best two stables in the last decade.
Rated RKO and
Legacy or it's Evolution.
Evolution.
Because it's a mystery. Evolution.
It's a mystery.
It's one of the greatest entries too. That helicopter and Ric Flair.
Ric Flair just all over women.
Yeah.
And I hope the Nature Boy's doing better. Please be okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard an update on him.
Prayers to the Nature Boy.
I think he's getting better.
Good.
Listen, that man fell out of an airplane and wrestled the next day.
That's right.
And got struck by lightning, and the guy next to him died.
Yep.
So next match, the Demon, Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was good too. So
the entrance was phenomenal as always.
I was going to say, I think I've seen him wrestle like 3 times, and I think they've all been the Demon.
Yeah.
What's the best one?
I liked in the part of it when they did, Bray started doing the crab walk thing, and he popped up and gave him like a look, and he like stunned him.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? You know, you're not freaked out by me?
I'll tell you what, Bray Wyatt doesn't look like much. That crab walk, that inverted bridge thing that he does
is weird.
That dude is athletic as hell.
He is.
That is unbelievable that he can do that.
So again with this, he beats him, and then Balor's back to wrestling Jason Jordan on Monday Night Raw, beats Jason Jordan, no Wyatt. Like, is it over? Like, they're not going to continue that feud? Like,
no, they got the payoff. The
Demon was there.
Wyatt shows up maybe with his own paint on or whatever. You know, like, you could really go deep with that.
You could, but they don't need it right now.
Yeah.
I think
it's lazy right now.
Oh, it totally is. This is the time, too, with how stocked your stable is. This should be the time where you have seasons of wrestlers. Like, right now, Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton should be gone for 4 to 5 months. And maybe
let other guys go.
Let some guys build up. Give old hands. Like
I've been saying that for years.
Big Show shouldn't be in a main storyline. Big Show should come in and be a surprise, punch someone, be an attack. Like the Enzo storyline was fine, but like Orton should be the same thing.
Because this is getting down to winding down now, where you're going to start winding it down.
Yeah.
You know, because you want to build towards the Rumble.
You guys start building.
Restart over again.
This is where this is the mini reset button to get to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And so 7 Degrees of Ken Frederick
Survivor Series,
which isn't. I missed the true Survivor Series, but that's just
they've been doing a couple the past few years.
You know, there'll be a SmackDown versus Raw one.
Yeah,
I think that's going to be what it is.
I bet it's going to be Bray Wyatt. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a Bray Wyatt versus Randy Orton thing.
Maybe
if you had the heroes or the villains from Raw versus the heroes of SmackDown kind of situation.
There could even be some Team Angle kind of thing in there
Could
too.
Be.
Yeah.
So 7 Degrees of KFP podcast. Do you know who did the paint on Finn Balor?
Who?
Laura Zombie from my top 5.
Oh.
Now, I don't 100% know this 100% for sure.
Yeah.
She's a huge Finn Balor fan.
Okay.
The entire time she was didn't say where she was, but she started putting stuff on her Instagram of Finn Balor's body paint. Like the layout, like of his like arms and everything. And it was all the lines and the thing and the chest. And then like I think it was Monday or Tuesday, she's like leaving Brooklyn, going to Ireland or something. Like that was totally her. And then like she kept posting like little snippets of Finn Balor, but she's been doing Finn Balor street art all over England and Ireland.
You showed me some of that once.
And it's she's like a huge Finn Balor fan.
It was a great paint job. I mean, it looked freaking awesome.
It's cool.
So I think she's the one that did the paint or came up with the idea, and then someone else did it. But
yeah,
she's
cool.
Cool.
So I thought that would be a cool little tidbit.
Yeah, nice.
Check out Laura Zombie. She's got cool
Check her
artwork.
out. And then you had the tag belts for Raw. The Shield, half the Shield against
2/3
of the
Cesaro
Shield.
and Sheamus, and the Shield guys won.
Yeah, no surprise there.
No surprise there. Then they beat the Hardys the next night on Monday.
They beat the Hardys?
They beat the Hardys on Raw. The Hardys came out and challenged them.
I wouldn't mind seeing those two have like a little thing.
This is a build-up that they're eventually going to be back with Roman.
Clearly, because Roman's not in the title picture, it seems like, anymore.
He's not in it now, but I mean, I heard this back when Lesnar won the belt at WrestleMania, that they said Lesnar will keep this belt for a whole year, and then Roman will beat him at Mania. And I thought, that's not going to happen. I totally think that's going to happen, though.
Oh, yeah.
He defends it once every 4 months, so it's not...
Well, he's defending No Mercy. It's back-to-back pay-per-views.
But you could have Roman do a Shield thing for now until
the Rumble, because then people will like him, and then I don't, does he win the Rumble? Like, I don't even know. Like,
if he's a part of the Shield, maybe they want him to win the Rumble. I don't know.
Has he won the Rumble yet? Yeah, he did. He won
With the Rock.
Twice, didn't he?
No, just once.
Oh, okay.
He was runner-up twice.
Yeah. But I don't know. I like Rollins and Ambrose together. They're pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
They can both wrestle. They can both do a lot. And
They weren't really doing anything with either one of them anyway. So.
No.
Right. So that's fine. And wrestling Cesaro, I mean, he's just amazing. So him and Rollins in the ring against each other is pure entertainment in my book.
Cesaro's a guy that I wish would get a SmackDown so they could give him a chance with the main belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because there you'd actually...
Well, I mean, the Sheamus thing is going to eventually run out, and then we'll see. Interesting to see what they do with him. He's a popular wrestler.
Yeah. He's
come a long way on the mic. His charisma's there. He's primed, I think, for a title run.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just needs a chance.
Yep. And then you had this match I was kind of bored with was AJ versus
Well, we
Owens.
should probably point out now that every title had changed hands. It was defended up
to
until
this point.
now.
Yep.
But then Tom Phillips pointed that out.
Yep.
So then we all said
It's
that means
over.
all the other ones are going to retain. So good.
Interesting fact. Every title has changed hands tonight. Me and Brock are like, there it goes. No more title change. We knew the results of all the other ones because that idiot had to say it.
That's why I decided to drive home and watch the rest of it.
That's right. You were smart. I mean, this was a good match. I like both these guys. I'm just tired of them feuding.
How fragile is Shane McMahon, though?
I mean, he jumped off the top of the Hell in the Cell and all this other shit.
Getting knocked out.
So what happened? I didn't see this match.
He just got in the way. It was more of that same stuff. What I think they're building towards here is Shane McMahon fighting Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
That's gonna be
definitely, especially
WrestleMania.
after SmackDown.
It's either WrestleMania or it's going to be before it here because on SmackDown in the night before he gave him one more chance to be to fight Styles and he could pick the official. So he tried to pick Sami Zayn
so he could do something relevant.
and he was like, "Come on, Sammy, I know we've had our problems. Don't listen to these people." He's like, "I trust you. You'll call it down the line. I know you're a good guy like that and you need to be in a spotlight." And Sammy turned on him. So he got Baron Corbin to do it because he told Corbin, "If you let me win, I'll
Give you
give you the first shot."
Well, Corbin approached him with that idea.
Okay.
So the whole match, Corbin was trying to cheat. He was fast counting.
He called it down the middle.
He called it down the middle. Then he did a couple fast counts and
because AJ got in his face. He had a controversial call. AJ Styles had Kevin Owens in the calf crusher, and he reached for the ropes, and his hands grazed the rope, so he made him break it. And then AJ Styles is like, he has to grab it. He's like, no, he just has to touch it. And then they're arguing. AJ shoves him, and then he just started fast counting the rest of it.
And then Shane came down and threw him out and pinned. Owens
he
got
became
pinned.
the
So it's going to
referee
be
in
a
it.
feud.
It was dumb, but Baron Corbin was great during that whole segment.
He's good. I
He's
like
like,
Baron
I'm
Corbin.
doing my job. You get out of here.
Well, look at my shirt. Look at my shirt I have on.
Sami Zayn needs to heel turn and get back with Owens.
Yeah, that'd be a
So
good
he
team.
can do something relevant.
Yeah. So real quick.
That'd be a good tag team on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Two of them winning.
I have some breaking wrestling news that I just got a bulletin on.
Okay, breaking news.
So did you hear that Asuka was hurt?
Yes.
She hurt her shoulder. She's going to be out.
For how long?
I think 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
She just relinquished the NXT Women's title.
Oh.
And she says she's going to go do other opportunities in the WWE. So
Whatever that means.
I think that she might. Well, what's in 3 months? 4 months? If they're doing there's talk that they might do a women's Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, okay.
Oh, yeah. You know what I bet you they do for the NXT Women's title now is give it to the winner of the Mae Young Classic.
Oh, that'd be good.
Has it changed hands? Or they put it the title anyway?
No, they just relinquished it. So
I bet you they do that because that's how they brought the Cruiserweight title in.
Yep.
There's a big injury for her.
That sucks. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of her, but they were really trying to build something.
Yeah, she had, 500 days as champion or something
like
that?
Well, she's been undefeated for 500 and some days.
She was going for, she had crazy records. But.
Yeah. She's going for Bruno type numbers there.
I guess now they want to put this belt on Ember Moon now. She would be their choice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, would she? We can talk and do an NXT thing, but I just got that message over the phone.
Yeah, I feel bad for her because she's.
This is another one where I think an injury is going to be a good thing for her.
Maybe.
She can take time off. She can come out. And you know that as soon as that music hits on Raw when people aren't expecting it, that's what WWE's lacking is a surprise.
Yeah. There's only so many surprises they can do each year.
No, but whenever you have injuries, it's built-in surprises.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right, so the next match was the title for SmackDown, Nakamura and Mahal. I thought this match was so boring.
I didn't watch it. I was watching Game of Thrones.
I thought it was so boring. I thought everything about it was boring.
I was watching on my
I actually
phone.
thought Nakamura was going to win.
I did too, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of Nakamura. I respect his wrestling and what he can do, and Alex is going to kill me because Alex loves Shinsuke, but he can't talk. I guess he can talk when the language barrier is tough with him, you know. But he sounds goofy like when he tries to get in things now. And I'm not big on Jinder Mahal. I felt no chemistry between these two whatsoever. There's no storytelling with these two whatsoever. It just seems like two guys that happen to be in a match together, and it's like, okay.
Well, I think there's storytelling with these two wrestlers, but it's not in the way WWE wants to tell a story. Like, I've seen Nakamura wrestle and he can tell a great story in the ring, but it's not the WWE way to wrestle in the ring with his strong style, so he can't do it. And Jinder Mahal,
I mean, when they used to make fun of John Cena that he had 5 moves, Jinder Mahal has 5 moves.
Yeah.
I mean, he has his finisher, a couple punches, a kick to the... I mean, he really does nothing.
He's your classic brawling heel.
Yeah.
He's just a big guy who's on steroids.
He's on steroids.
You can't tell me that guy never took steroids to get to the level he's at right now.
I'm going to say right now that I've seen his workout regimen online.
I have friends who work out who've said, that guy took steroids to look like that the way he is. And Vince loves how jacked he is.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's on steroids now, but I can confirm that he was on steroids at one time.
But, anyways, before we get sued.
But I don't know, it was the same match again. It's the Bollywood boys or whatever came down.
They're the Singh brothers now.
The
Singh brothers, and they interfered, and he got caught with that dumb finisher that what's his name does, that full Nelson slam or whatever it is, and it was like, okay, yeah, that was real exciting.
I agree.
I think
this could have been a better match. I'm not saying this.
I think
Jinder
Jinder Mahal and John Cena would have been a better story match.
Complement each other better.
I think the language barrier with Nakamura sometimes hinders him with calling stuff in the ring.
It does, yeah.
But
it does.
Here's I could go on about my.
He's
fantasy
not
booking.
going anywhere. He's going to have that title probably by Mania.
You think Mahal's gonna have it that long?
No, I think Nakamura is going to get it before then.
Oh, you think he's gonna get it?
He's not going.
And then have it for a while.
Yeah, he's going to be in the title picture.
Yeah.
They have plans for him. I just think they're just nervous to pull the trigger on it because Jinder Mahal's working right now. So people were freaking out about him at first. Like, I can't believe they'd put the title on him. Now it's like, well, he's all right as champion.
He's not the worst thing. He's not the worst champion I've ever seen. He gets true heat. He sells merchandise to an area of the world that they haven't tapped into. Mm-hmm. I think he fills a lot of holes, and he's not the worst wrestler in the world.
Yeah. You know what I think he is, though? I think once he loses, he's never champion again.
You're probably right.
I think he's like the Miz.
He'll fade off into obscurity.
Yeah.
There'll be 3MB in it again.
But I feel like his story's a good story. Like he works
I
hard.
like him.
Yeah.
I was happy when he won the title because it was Randy Orton again.
Yeah.
Ooh, you know.
I enjoyed the tweet that Heath Slater tweeted
watch
out.
Yeah.
He goes, "Watch out, whoever wins the Universal title, because Jinder has the world champion.
And Drew McIntyre's the NXT.
Yeah, he goes, we're all champions now.
That would be great.
That would be funny.
What they should have done is book that on Raw. Had him come out and say something to Lesnar, and
that he was going to challenge it and get obliterated.
Because one F5? What's Lesnar's going to? Well, Lesnar will still sweat like he ran a marathon.
Well, speaking of Lesnar sweating, how about him in that 4-way?
I watched this through my phone, and I wanted to watch.
It was good.
I think that what's his name? Oh, I can't remember his name now.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman is amazing.
Braun Strowman is amazing. To be that big and that good of an athlete. I mean, it's like having. I know the Big Show's in better shape now, but I mean, this guy's amazing.
He's in his prime. What is he, in his mid-20s?
He is
He's
so
like 32,
athletic.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's good on the mic now too.
He sounds just like Hulk Hogan.
He's mean.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't know what he is, if he's a heel or what he is, but everybody loves him.
He's what Brock Lesnar was 15 years ago.
I hope he beats Brock Lesnar. I wish that they would be smart enough to go. This is, even if you want Reigns, your golden boy, to be at WrestleMania, Reigns and him have history.
Yeah.
That would be a good build-up towards that because they have that history. Nobody wants to see Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania.
You know
It's
why?
boring.
Because Braun Strowman will put on a match. He won't have to dominate the whole thing, and then he'll be willing to work and do a fun match. And
So far, the way they booked, because he came out and destroyed Lesnar on Raw too.
This is also the same guy that lost to Kalisto. They had
Yeah.
Braun Strowman because it was, what was it, a dumpster match or something?
Yeah.
He just fell in the dumpster and lost.
And then he killed him.
Yeah, that's
But because of what Todd Phillips said, I knew Lesnar was going to win.
yeah,
Because he screwed it by saying that. But when he put him through those 3 tables, and I was like, they
went through
caught
the
him.
other table on top of him.
And through the other table on top of him, like he's got to be dead. Then he came back out, and he
But
was.
Reigns was the one who got pinned. They didn't have Strowman look weak in that at all.
Reigns got
Or
pinned.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. They made Joe look like a champ too.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I think they're doing that stuff to try and shut the Reigns' haters up.
Yeah.
Like he missed a spear, Lesnar pinned him. It's trying to get them to like back off the gas a little bit on him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? To hate on him.
I think if you want to make him your top good guy and try to have win everyone over, you do the Shield reunion.
Yeah, you have to.
And
have them get outnumbered by somebody.
Well, because this brings me to an interesting thing on Monday, because I think this is a really interesting feud. So John Cena shows up Monday night on Raw.
yeah,
Calls out Roman Reigns.
I saw that.
Says there's a guy in here that I have a problem with and all that. The crowd didn't know what to do when the two were in
it
the
was
ring
great.
because they both like to boo both of them.
Yeah.
And then the Miz cut one of the best goddamn promos I have seen in such a long time.
It was almost as good as the CM Punk pipe.
It was
bomb.
so good. It was such a good promo when he was like, "When is it enough of you two?
Yeah.
And aren't we sick of you two? How many opportunities are the two you gonna get?" And the crowd was going crazy.
Yeah.
They were going crazy. They were loving the Miz on that promo. That promo was fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. They need to do more of that shit with that.
And he was yelling at John Cena with the face, like, stop making the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Because he
great.
was going like, and Roman Reigns' faces. I mean, when he was doing those looks and everything else he does.
That's
I mean,
his
it's
only look he has.
his only look. But I feel like that's an interesting feud with those two. They've never feuded.
Yeah. Have they wrestled?
I think they wrestled when like they were in tag matches when he was in the Shield.
Okay.
Yeah, back
You
when
know.
the Shield as a 3-man group
Oh,
was
yeah.
beating everybody.
I don't think they've ever wrestled single, and I think it's great because I think the crowd doesn't know what to do. They don't know what side to be, and they're both like, Cena wins again? Roman? Like, they don't know what to do.
A match like that is whenever, like, if Braun's music hits, the crowd goes
It's nuts.
crazy.
But again, even when they're in there talking, like, I know they're trying to make Roman Reigns. I know sometimes I get called like a Cena lover or whatever, but like,
Cena lover.
it just shows you the difference between the two because the way he was talking on that mic and the things he was saying, he was getting the crowd to like actually get behind him, where Roman Reigns stands there and looks, going like this.
Cena was acting really goofy on Monday.
He was being
though.
goofy, but
Yeah.
the crowd gets into that shit.
Yeah.
Where Roman's just standing there going,
Yeah, Roman doesn't do anything.
doesn't do anything.
And then the best is Samoa Joe comes out and calls us like, he's like, I own you, bitch. And it just goes on. I'm like, yeah,
It's great. And Joe's great. I mean, and him interaction in the back with the Miz and all that, when they were like, "Hey, Joe," and he was like, "Here's the plan. These two monkeys do their job. You shut your mouth. You do all that shit that you do, and I'll handle the rest." They're like, "Good plan, Joe. It's a good plan." And he walks away. They're all afraid of him.
And that also adds, like, if Joe sides with The Miz, and then you do it Survivor Series, the Shield and John Cena versus The Miz, Joe, and those other two.
Yeah, you could do something like that. Yeah, I mean, there's possibility there. Joe's really good on Raw. For all the years I hated on Joe
I've been defending him
on Impact. He was
since
so goofy on Impact at times.
that's not his fault. I saw
With
how
his
good-
woman running shorts. His big lady women running shorts. But he's great on there. He's great. Yeah, but I thought the Miz is fantastic in that, and be interesting to see what they do with Cena and Reigns.
As long as Braun Strowman is there all the time, that's all I care about.
Well, Strowman's going for the title now.
Which is good.
It's a good feud with him and Lesnar and all that.
And you know what? How long they've been building him for over a year and a half now.
It's the most believable person that could take out Brock Lesnar.
An ex-world's strongest man competitor who can move.
A monster.
Who rips doors off of ambulances and flips them over in the world of WWE.
So then over on SmackDown, this is fantastic because let me give you a quick little backstory.
Because I didn't watch anything from this week.
When Bobby Roode beat Shinsuke Nakamura for the NXT title, Alex, my son, loves Shinsuke Nakamura, loves the entrance and all that. So when Bobby Roode beat him, he was so mad that he actually almost broke out in tears because me and Logan were laughing. And we were like, oh, Bobby Roode won. And he was like, Logan. He's a cheater. Nakamura was hurt. And this was like over, a year ago now? Yeah. And he's still mad about it. So when he saw Bobby Roode...
That's how a good heel does his job.
When he saw Bobby Roode wrestle Roderick Strong on NXT... He was cheering for it. He was like, I know who that guy is. And then I was like, and then every time Bobby Roode's music hits, like I yuck it up to him. Yeah. I play it once in a while for him to watch him get angry. So and he'll get so mad if his music comes on. Me and Logan will start singing it. So I was watching it. I saw Bobby Roode debut. I rewound it. Called Alex in the room. I'm nervous. I said, hey, come here, look. I said, there's a new wrestler on SmackDown. He was like, oh, yeah, who is it? Let me see it. And the music hits, and he goes, I'm not watching any of this show anymore. I don't even care. And he leaves the room. He was so mad. He hates Bobby Roode so bad. But I thought it was fantastic.
So he came out and wrestled who? It was
he came out and wrestled it. Aiden English was talking about being wonderful and all this, and Bobby Roode's music hits. And I guess he's a good guy. He's playing up to the crowd, loves him.
Well, yeah, that's the Nakamura.
Because he has a sing-along song.
He has a sing-along song.
And then in the ring when he does the glorious, the crowd all gets into it. It's great. But apparently he's wrestling Ziggler. Did you see Ziggler's promo? Where Ziggler said that he was, what was he? He's spectacular or something like that.
And he was saying like the reason he's not on TV, and then he'd like rattle off everybody's gimmick right now.
He was like, I don't have a sexy female valet. He was like, I don't have a cool robe and a cool catchphrase. And so apparently him and
or
Bobby,
glow in the dark tights and like even
yeah.
Oh wow.
He's like, I don't have glowing title belts and
damn.
So apparently him and Roode are gonna feud, which
could be a good feud.
Hey, welcome to NXT. What are you gonna do? Well, what everyone does. We're gonna wrestle Dolph Ziggler.
I hope Bobby Roode doesn't become a mid-carder. I think he's championship material.
Yeah.
Said that since day one when he entered. I didn't even think he needed to be on NXT.
Nope.
But he's fantastic. His gimmick is perfect here. Mm-hmm. And what's his name? James Storm's probably shit his pants.
Oh.
James Storm, what an idiot!
What an idiot!
This could have been me. I could have been the idiot on SmackDown.
He could have been.
I could have had the glorious theme song.
The only person they need from old TNA is Jay Lethal needs to show up.
It is amazing to think though. You think about all the times we watched Impact, and you had with Samoa Joe, Styles, and all that. You have Styles, Joe, Bob. You're all here on main stars on this show now.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'd love to see it. Imagine seeing an AJ Styles Bobby Roode feud on SmackDown when we saw that
for the belt
for all those years before on Impact. It's crazy.
And then you have ROH versus NXT down on NXT show right now.
It's unbelievable.
It's a good time to be a wrestling fan with the worst company that could possibly write it.
Yeah.
It's true. They got everybody now. Well, who's left in the indie scene?
I don't think there's much.
Chuck Taylor?
I mean,
well, there's like what's his name? Ricochet.
Yeah, but
he's Puma.
He's on their radar, though.
Did you see they just signed Leo Rush?
Yeah. They snatched him right off of...
Which I don't even know who Leo Rush is.
Oh, my God. Watch his matches. He's
a little dude, though.
But he's great. That's a guy that you need for 205 Live, and just let him do what he wants to do because he's going to bounce around like a pinball. It's going to be amazing to watch.
Yeah. You know who's a good personal friend of his?
Who?
Topanga.
That's
right. I saw that
She's
article.
So happy.
Topanga was so happy about it. Topanga. She's like, what, 20 years older than that dude, too?
Well, you know why she loves him? With Gorilla Pro. That promotion out of LA gets all those superstars to watch indie wrestling. Which Chuck Taylor is the champion of right now. And
I don't think he'd ever work in WWE though.
No.
He would work if you made him a manager because he can get some real heat off of a crowd.
But would they let him do all the stuff he does? Like, okay, if you're watching us on YouTube, type this in the search bar: Chuck Taylor versus wrestling fans. You'll get some great entertaining moments.
And it's cheap heat, but he's like. He reminds me of an old school Cornette, where he's coming out and just playing off the
Jim
crowd.
Cornette hates him, though.
Yeah, but he's doing the same thing. That's Jim Cornette. Sorry. Write the time down, Justin.
Now I gotta pay attention when I edit this. I can't fall asleep.
Him, I could go off on.
Yeah, don't go off.
Yeah.
What about your boy Kenny Omega? You think he ever? Because that's one of the last, I think, big New Japan names.
Here, New Japan, you get Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks. I don't know.
I don't
if
think the WWE gives a shit about the Young Bucks.
The Young Bucks, they don't fit the WWE mold.
They
fit
don't,
the
but they
mold.
make a ton of money.
They do, but I don't think they care
And
about him.
and I think that Kenny Omega is kind of the same thing. Where I think Kenny Omega wants to carry I forget the IWGP title. I think that's what his main thing right now. He wants to be the face of that company for America.
He's in a good spot right now. I think it would take a lot of money to get him to leave.
Yeah. Trust me. Did anybody think Styles would leave when he was running New Japan? Balor when he was running New Japan. These are all same kind of guys. They were. You can't tell me that Kenny Omega
I think
gave down
AJ
inside.
Styles needed the WWE to finish out his career so he can.
Well, I refuse. I can't believe that Kenny Omega, who's probably been a wrestler his whole life, somewhere inside there doesn't have that dream to have that WWE title.
He does, but
Yeah.
he's still
They all
very
have
young. He's got time.
He's got time.
He wants to be there. He's friends with Woods.
Yeah.
But he also is the creative side of it is very important to him. And until he gets like some kind of creative control situation, I don't think he's leaving New
Yeah,
Japan.
he's got a good thing going.
They created an entire belt championship for him.
I know.
It's a commitment to that they're showing to him as a company, and I don't think he's going to leave
Well,
that.
just wait until some people get injured and go down, and then this will talk.
I think guys that you'll see before, well, the Young Bucks, I don't ever see them coming, but I see Cody Rhodes coming back.
Eventually.
Because he's not signed anywhere. He's just making a ton of money right now in the Indies.
Eventually.
I think you'll see Haku's kids before too long too.
Oh, what, the Gorillas of Destruction? Mm-hmm. I think you're going to see the
What
Briscoes.
about the Briscoes?
That's
What we were just saying,
yep. The Briscoes are going to show up in NXT real soon.
They seem right for that return.
And I think they've been working with.
They're bigger than most ROH guys too. So they might.
They're bigger dudes. They'd be a big opposing tag team. They could go.
I actually wouldn't be surprised if you just see them up on the main roster jump a tag team.
Yeah.
Like you could see the Revival, and then all of a sudden the Briscoes jump them.
I honestly can see the WWE absorbing Ring of Honor real quick.
I would agree if Sinclair Broadcasting didn't own Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
Unless they're in some financial trouble.
Well, see what bothers me about, and I know Jim Ross says this all the time. They're owned by a television company, but you can't find them anywhere other than like 2 a.m. randomly. And
Yeah.
Well,
give them a time slot.
In the Pittsburgh area, they're on 5 times, but it's not
On Sunday night at like 2 a.m. and you're like,
or
all
in
right.
2 in the afternoon. They're 12 hours apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, and their production value is not the best. And whenever you're losing your main like Ken Kelly is a good announcer, and he does a fantastic job on New Japan. I don't know if you watched any of his New Japan stuff with what's his face from the Jackal from
Cyrus the Virus.
Yeah, he's there now. It's him, and he's a great
Don Callis.
Don Callis is a great shit heel commentator, and Ken Kelly's a great face spot. It's classic JR and the King, and it's good. And I don't understand why they don't get that formula right either, but that's a whole other topic. WWE just can't get some shit right.
Yeah.
That was the formula they followed since the WWF was created.
Yeah.
You had Gorilla Monsoon and Jesse Ventura. Then it was Bobby Heenan and Gorilla Monsoon. And then it was, I don't know. It's a lost art.
It is. It's managers, stables, and good commentating can save any, and that's what it's lacking right now.
Yeah. The announce teams are bad.
Yeah.
Need to change.
I like Corey Graves, and I like Michael Cole. I think if maybe you cut out Booker T, I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, Booker T is out of his mind. I don't think anybody knows what Booker T is talking about. And the thing that's the most annoying with the announce teams, and I like Corey Graves, but like you don't know what anybody is. Like you always knew when one guy was the bad announcer, the good announcer. Corey Graves hates there's a good guy in the ring, and he's Bailey's annoying, but then he loves Finn Balor, and he's all over Finn Balor and hates the Drifter, and you're like, what? Why do you like him? And then the next guy comes out and he's like, boy, I love Sheamus and Cesaro. Oh, I hate Rollins and Ambrose. But you loved Rollins when he was back. Like, It's all over the place.
For some reason, they made a WWE announcer and a smart mark announcer.
Yeah.
Instead of having a heel and a good guy, you have the guy that all the males like.
Yeah.
And then they have like someone that all the kids that they're selling merch to like.
Yeah.
And
then
it's
Booker
strange.
T like hates weird people, but then likes people. Like he's like
hates Enzo Amore.
Hates Enzo Amore, but like likes Sheamus and Cesaro, but then
it doesn't
hates
make any
Alexa
sense.
Bliss. Like he's all over the place. And
Yeah.
then SmackDown, they're just goofy announcers.
Bring back David Otunga. It's time.
Bring back. I liked when Morrow was on there. Personally, I thought he was better.
Mario on the NXT
He annoys
shows.
me.
Well, you don't like all his references.
It's too many puns. You can say one line of commentary without a pun. Please.
I don't know. Nigel McGuinness is.
He calls it Ring of Honor half the time.
Yeah. He does. He can't get out of it. He calls things by their old names. And
If you notice, and real quick, I know we're going long here, but
This is really long.
real quick, do you notice now that Michael Cole and a lot of these other announcers use the term creating space?
I don't listen to it that closely.
That's something that I used to watch a lot of Lucha Underground.
Okay.
That's something Matt Stryker would say a lot on there. When they would do one of these flips and kick you to move you back, they'd be like, Son of Havoc creating some space, to do his move. I hear them using that phrase a lot more now. And I wonder if that's because, like, Lucha Underground's doing well.
Because it makes sense in storytelling.
It makes sense in storytelling, like why he's... Stryker, I think, calls a great match. You listen to him on Lucha Underground.
I always thought
I always like Stryker.
He calls a great match. Him and Vampire are great together. I wish I could still watch it. Thanks, Elray Network. But I see them doing that a lot now. They're like, oh, quick move by Jeff Hardy, creating a little space. And I'm like, oh.
And then they have buzzwords that they try and like beat into their heads,
Yeah.
and then you can tell they're starting to like use those over and over again.
Yeah. All right. Well, we beat the hell out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
didn't even talk about
Justin
NXT.
is asleep.
Oh, poor
And Shelton
Chris.
Benjamin returned too. So there you go.
Hey, you're looking at the real deal now. That was D'Lo's song.
That was D'Lo.
That's
Hey, it was
ain't
close
no
enough.
stopping nothing. No.
He's
That's
the gold
stupid song.
standard.
The gold standard.
He's basically replacing Jason Jordan.
He's turning on Chad Gable.
Yeah,
they're
they'll
wrestling
fight.
at the next pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Good matches.
All right. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Please like, share, subscribe, invite, tell your friends, holler at your
Justin, wake
neighbors,
up.
throw it at the homeless guy down the street, and kiss your mama on the mouth for me. All right. Talk to you later.